Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad to have you all here today. Today's going to be wonderful. I've got a PowerPoint presentation set up for you. I've got some sites for you, and we're going to take just about the next 40 minutes to introduce you to mystery shopping and give you what you need so that you can do your first shop tomorrow if you like to, because you can get set up and going that fast. So today, as you know, those of you who know the Kimberly group and what we do, our whole thing is focus on finding opportunities for you to be able to increase, improve, or expand your lifestyle and your living through the opportunity of earning money or through making money. So the most recent one that I've had the opportunity to spend some time with, experience and learn about is mystery shopping. A couple of years ago, I actually got an app called Field Agent, and it would give me these assignments to go in the store and take pictures of items. I didn't really know or understand that that was in the mystery shopping family. That's the category that it technically comes under, private investigation. How many of you have seen the show Undercover Boss, where the boss goes in and works for a company and they don't know that he's actually the owner of the company? If you've seen that, then that kind of can give you an idea of what mystery shopping is. The difference is you're not going in and working for those companies incognito. You're actually doing what you always do, which is simply going in, being a customer. And so, with that said, I'm just going to go straight to the PowerPoint, because if I follow the PowerPoint, I probably can move through this much faster and get to our questions and answers. So I'm going to share the screen and I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint. And we're going to get right through this. So, mystery shopping is a market research technique where individuals, known as mystery shoppers, anonymously evaluate the quality of service, products, and compliance with regulations in various businesses, providing valuable feedback to companies. So, it is the companies themselves. It is Myers. It is Marriott. It is, whatever company, Burger King. I'm just using some companies, particularly companies that I have never shopped, just in case I don't want to reveal something to somebody. But these companies are actually the companies who hire other companies or investigative companies to hire individuals and regular folk to come in the store, the restaurant, the hotel, and just be a customer. Sometimes you'll buy things, sometimes you won't buy things, but you just go in and you just do what you do. Most times they will tell you specifically what they're looking for. So, however you want to present it is how you present it. But they're going to tell you, we're trying to find out if, for instance, there's one shop where they'll specifically ask me to ask if they will accept money to expedite my order, because they want to see what they say, because they're not supposed to accept money. But if they accept the money, then, they're violating their policy. So that's really your job. You're an evaluator and you're going in to see what they're doing or not doing. And then you report that back, and that goes back to the corporate office or to the main company. And then they use that to improve on their customer service or their policies and procedures. Now, if you've ever gone through my call center training, one of the things that I always tell you or tell my clients just before they get ready to start taking live calls is, don't be nervous while you're in nesting, because those are ghost callers. Ghost callers are mystery shoppers. They are given that assignment, what it is that they need to be calling to inquire about, to see if you're hitting all the things that you're supposed to hit. All you're doing is having the experience. So if they say to call. Like today, I had to call a company just to see how they handle asking where they're located. That simple. So I called and I said, "Can you tell me, give me directions to your store?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "And you're located where?" And then they told me where they were. That was the assignment. I was done. So then I have to do a little report, answer the questions. Did they answer the phone? Did they answer and give their name? Did they all of that good stuff? So that's what mystery shopping is. Again, they assess the quality and the products. For anyone who thinks that, this particular job or task is not important, it is very important. Okay. Now, it's important, but just because it's important doesn't mean it has to be intense and all that type of stuff. It's not. This can be a hobby for anybody. Anybody who likes getting freebies, anybody who likes learning information, anybody who just needs something to do. You know, you meet a lot of people, you learn a lot of stuff, and you get a lot of free stuff. And so you get free stuff, you get free restaurant, high-end restaurants, fast food restaurants, mid-level restaurants. You get to eat free a lot. Sometimes they will, and whenever you're getting something free or when someone's talking about receiving freebies as a mystery shopper, it is typically in the form of reimbursement. So they're going to tell you, they're going to say, okay, we want you to go to restaurant A and you can spend $100 there, and we're going to reimburse the $100 to you after you submit the report, because you're not just going there to eat. They want you to observe and give them feedback. So that's kind of the trade-off. If you eat and give us the feedback, we'll pay for your meal. But it doesn't just stop there. Most restaurants will pay you in addition to paying for your meal. I've seen some restaurants pay up to $150 for a meal. So that's really, really cool. So you go, you eat, you do what they ask you to do, which is typically taking a picture of the entree, ordering whatever category they want you to order from, taking a photo of the outside of the store so that they know you were actually there, and then submitting your review of your experience there at the restaurant. Now, this is it might sound like you're doing some critiquing, but it really isn't about critiquing. They want factual details. They don't want, sometimes they want your opinion, but a lot of times they'll make it really clear that this is not something that's really, we don't want you to do a commentary that's an opinion. They want the facts that I entered the restaurant at 5:03. I waited 17 minutes. The hostess came to me and they seated us at, and then that type of thing. The server approached the table without a smile. The server approached the table and did not introduce himself. That type of stuff. So they don't want to know the server came to the table and he really was a bad server. At the end, they'll typically say, now, what was your overall experience as a customer? That's when you get to say, I would not want that server, or that server would make me not want to come back to the restaurant. So that's when you have the opportunity to do that. So anyway, so you can do it as a hobby. And they've got right now, they're doing hotels. They're paying $250 plus all of you. No, they're paying 125 plus covering your hotel expenses. That's your room, your food, your gratuity, all that stuff. So we've got a client right now that's doing that. We've got an airline that's paying for your baggage check and $50 on your travel ticket plus $50 for you to travel. So it's a total of $150 with that. So again, from hotels, restaurants, transportation companies, they're all out there. So if you want to do this as a hobby, it's a great thing to do.